Confidence and humility appear to stand in juxtaposition and contrast, and yet I think it's only an apparent paradox. It's not actually something that necessarily have to conflict, and the only reason why they do conflict is because of a misalignment of character, but not because of a fundamental clash of the two character traits. So when you misalign confidence and you take it too far, that becomes arrogance. And arrogance is the opposite of humility. And so there appears to be a contradiction. Now, when you misalign humility and you take it too far, you end up with self-deprecation and weakness, which is the opposite of confidence. And so, again, we appear to have a paradox, a contradiction. And yet these are only apparent paradoxes. The reason why is because in both of those instances I said confidence misaligned and then taken too far, or humility misaligned and then taken too far. So the goal here then is to get them right, not to tone it back. So essentially what I'm saying here is, if we have confidence on this axis and we want to take confidence to the maximum extreme so that we can benefit from the effects of having self-confidence, then we want to align ourselves with self-confidence and go to the extremes of that. But what happens is, if we are misaligned and we go to the extremes, all that happens is we diverge from true confidence over time and through experience, and we arrive at arrogance. So the solution is not to tone back our confidence just so that we're further off from this ideal path, not to tone it back, but to realign it, to bring our self-confidence back into alignment with how it should be, with the true definition of confidence, the ideal form of confidence, instead of assuming just naively that confidence is a higher perception of the self. That's arrogance. That's not what we're going for. Confidence should be rooted in truth. And so to go as far down the line as possible in terms of confidence, we have to give ourselves reasons to be confident. We have to align ourselves with the things that truly are important in our lives. We have to develop trust in ourselves, give ourselves reasons to trust ourselves, etc., etc. So we have to align ourselves with the true form of confidence and then take it as far as possible to get the benefits of a high level of self-confidence. Same applies for humility. We don't want to tone it back and bring it back towards this origin, this center point where there's no benefits, but they also aren't, the benefits are small, but the costs are also small. That's not what we want. We want to bring our humility in alignment with the highest ideal of humility, and then push that to the extremes. We want to be the maximally confident and humble person that we possibly can be. We want to have maximum confidence and maximum humility in our lives. We don't want to diminish both of them just because of the risks of taking them too far in the wrong direction. That's not the solution. The solution is to align them correctly and take them to the extents. In life, in all character traits that we have, the goal is not to balance the character traits, although that's something that we come across often. It's something that we think we need to do. We think we need to balance humility and confidence. This is the wrong approach, because you're just robbing yourself of the extent of each of them, the positive extents of them both. The wrong approach is to try and balance your character traits. The right approach is to develop the capacity for the extremes, to develop the capacity to be ultimately confident, to be ultimately humble. Same thing would go for other character traits that stand in contrast, disagreeableness and agreeableness. The solution is not to try and find somewhere in the middle. and never be here nor there. The solution is to develop the capacity to be maximally agreeable and maximally disagreeable, so that you can apply your character traits to what the scenario calls for. By doing this, you're serving reality, you're serving truth, you're serving the ideal. You're not serving a perception. By developing capacity for extremes, you can always act in best accordance with what reality is calling for. By not developing the capacity and just trying to balance it, you never actually achieve anything of substance, because you're never doing the complete right thing. You're just minimizing damages. And minimizing damages is not necessarily something worth pursuing. What's worth pursuing is maximizing gains, maximizing virtue. And so to maximize virtue, you have to develop the capacity for these extremes. And the benefits of extreme confidence and extreme humility are immense. A person that is extremely confident will push themselves to extents that other people won't, because they believe that fundamental belief in themselves, that they will persevere and that they will find a way and that they will achieve. And so these people that have ultimate confidence don't give up on their dreams. They have dreams as kids. Everyone has dreams when they're children, naive dreams, grand dreams, but naive. And we give up on those dreams as we come to realize that they are difficult. Not impossible, but difficult. And so we give up on them. We don't want to take ourselves to the extremes. But the solution is not to give up. The solution is to hold it, but now root these dreams in reality, not naivety, to root these dreams in the highest form of confidence, to believe that you can do it, and to develop the ability to actually pursue this thing. That's what we're striving towards. This is the benefits of maximum confidence. The benefits of maximum humility is not to be a humble, within yourself person. You still need to be out of yourself. You still need to develop something greater than yourself. Don't contain yourself within yourself because you think humility is a positive trait, and so you never give yourself anything to show for just because you don't want to be arrogant. You're worried about misaligning humility. You need to align yourself with the greatest form of humility. This develops the capacity to be liked by other people. Other people will like you if you are a humble individual, if you have humility, if you don't care about the wrong things in life. This is the ultimate form of humility. This brings you closer to God, closer to the ideal form of a person, of a human, the ideal, the highest moral goodness, the intersection of all that which is good. Having this ultimate sense of humility. That's all I want to say.